Welcome to the collective. Got a lot going on, so including I'm getting new software for my computer for video editing, so this should be pretty good when I get this out. But we're going to talk about this later. This is a raised bed that I made, and it uses untreated wood on all the parts, and none of these guys are bolted down. They use cuts in here, or you could use like 1x2s to you know, use as a rail if you wanted, but we chose to do this. These slide out, so when they rot or whatever, we can slide them back in, or if you need dirt out, you just put that out and they slide out. These are 2x8s, and they are also untreated, and they slide out too, so they're being, the weight of the wood is, and dirt are keeping us in place with our blocks. So this is my little raised bed, 5x3, and this is my solution. Of course it was like 300 bucks, but you know, I'd rather, is it funner to buy a pound of carrots, or to, for like $2, or, build your own table for $300. Anyway, my project right now is this guy, getting the hydroponic system up. We're late because a pair of juncos, I think they're called dark-eyed juncos, have taken residence into that nest box in here, and they're presently mad at me because they have hatched. And so I want to stay away for them to be brooding, but I need to be in this area here. I cleaned out the tank a little bit. My concern here is that, as you know, these buckets have injectors in them, spray nozzles. You can see the two green ones out there that I took out of the one where the birdies are, so they don't get sprayed when the system comes on. But that gets all junked up with this algae and stuff that built up here over the winter. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make another bucket, and I'm going to put filters in it so that when it returns here in this sump area, there's other videos that I made of this so that you can see what happens. But right there in that little round knot is where I'm going to put the bucket, I think. And it will filter out any contaminants and be pretty good for recycle. And because you can't put a filter on the outlet here because it'll clog up, and the pump can't get enough water, so it starts cavitating or whatever it's called, where it's not getting enough water. So that's why it has to be unrestricted. So what I'm going to do initially is I've taken the top off of the pump, as you can see, and when I connect that big fat pipe using hot water from a pan to soften up the plastic and put it over the hose, then I'll just run the pump and blow it out, and hopefully it'll take all of the sediment out here that I've already kind of dumped out, because that's why this has been disconnected. I want to make a system where I have multiple valves so that I can just turn the valves and do it that way, so I don't have to like take apart that pump thing. But system improvements. This thing's been working for what? I think this will be my 4th season with this stuff, and I've grown some really cool stuff. So that's where I'm at right now. I'll probably get into it more a little bit, but I want to bring this thing online before the weekend and plant my tomatoes. So you can see the buckets. I've taken out all the root balls and all that, and they need a little work. I want to break out my pressure washer, so we'll see what happens and then reconstruct. But that's the ease of this system is, you can take all this stuff out pretty easy and whip it back in, and it's really cheap to replace any of the components and like specialized proprietary things. And so there we go. I got a lot of starts. I've been giving a lot of starts to homesteading friends and meeting new friends that have gone into it. And so that's been really fun for me too. You hear them? You hear him ticking? This guy, he's mad at me. That's their little ticking noise. And if I go over here, this is another nest. So he has a neighbor junco. You can see that gourd looking thing of moss. That's really a nest. So I try not to bother them, but it's fun to go and see nature. Here's my trellised apple tree. So I'm not going to go into a big tour because I got a lot of work to do, but I'll keep you abreast. And if the video software goes great and is really easy, then you should see some more videos, maybe even better videos. So from the collective, you have a great day, and be sure to like, subscribe, and maybe comment. I'm on Facebook under the Tomanaka Collective, and I'll talk to you later.